Now, as an expert, and you just use the word Trinity.
Yes.
Today in Nigeria, an average common person on the streets believes that police it's a negative institution. Anything that has to do with corruption, they attach it to the Nigerian
The police, yes.
When our police officers goes out of this four walls of this country, it seems to be one of the best. What is wrong with our police?
Thank you so much. You see, we need to address the foundation of how the police evolved in Nigeria. I think the way the police evolved in Nigeria, then it was in the during the pre-colonial period when the then consular of the British government in Nigeria had to ask his principal that he needed to establish a police force in Nigeria. So that happened in 1863. And from there, people that joined the police from the beginning were people, members of the public, regarded as the rogues, those who are not capable of discipline by their families. I hope you are getting that foundation. People that are not seeing that they can make in society. In other words, those are the people that joined the police then. So from that cultural background, you agree with me that there was a wrong impression and attitude of members of police from the beginning. So members of the public have that culture, have that psychology. It is not to say that this day we don't have refined people that join the police, but the age-long reticence is there. So it's difficult for members of the public to really separate themselves from that age-long reticence. And it's like ongoing thing. To have been helpful for members of the public, so for the police, if they themselves behave to time. How do I mean? From that age-long reticence, you still see many of them in this century behaving as if they also align with the initial perception of the police, the attitude people have against the police. This is why we see a policeman on duty is not well kept, is not well kitted. You go to the the stations, the way they see you don't feel proud that what are you talking about? And if you go on the street too, or probably you're traveling, okay, Oga, anything for the boys. You see, these are the things, and you won't blame them, because an average police corporal goes home with a meager. And if he goes home with a meager, and the moment he joins the police, he's giving just one complete uniform, put everything. But then that one worn out, he has to go and provide for himself. You see, if somebody is received not too much money in terms of allowances and salary, and from there he has to keep himself. That is one. Number two is that there is what we call hierarchy. The Oga at the station will have to send the boys to the street, to the road, highway, kind of. By the time the boys return, they must deliver. It's not written anywhere, but that's the normal thing. They have to do it. So in so doing, we don't have these issues of the police and so on. The other thing has to do with a theory propounded by Maurice Punch. Maurice Punch talks about bad apple syndrome. You see, he says that if you have a collection of bad apples that are rotten, and you now take a new apple, very good, you put it inside among the rotten apples, within 2 or 3 days, the clean apple will be infected. So what I'm not saying is that no matter how good you are up there, the moment you join the police, within 2, 3, 4, 5 months of joining the police, you will then begin to imbibe the culture of the police. You imbibe the norms of the police. In so doing, the environment will rub up on you. So you behave to type, and that led to the question, the part of your question that, but when they go out, they behave well. So that's the question of environment now. When they go out, they go to a new place. Mind you, police in the first place will select best score to go and represent the country. And when they themselves get out of the country, they are well kitted. They get their daily allowances in dollars or in pounds sterling, in foreign currencies. They see the environment, the enabling environment. In so doing, even if you want to behave the way you used to behave in Nigeria, you'll be cautious. So that's the problem. I shared the story when I went to India, precisely Kochi in India, for a conference some years ago. On arrival at the airport, a police corporal was attached to me as my orderly. He was with me throughout the conference. And when I was returning to the country, he followed me to the airport and ensured I had a VIP treatment. You know, normally as a Yoruba man or as a Nigerian, we want to appreciate the person. I have with me some leftover rupees, which I won't spend in Nigeria. And I bought all what I needed. I just said, okay, come, young man, take this. He politely rejected the money. I was ashamed of myself. Say, wow. And I was taken back home. Wow. Even the way they will be, the moment they take your bag to the airport or anything, the way they will be behaving without asking, you know they will indirectly, psychologically asking you for money. The moment you give. So this is not to say that Indian police is better than Nigerian police. This is not to say that we don't have corruption in the Indian police. I must stress that. But it has to do with the environment. In so doing, members of the Nigerian police force will behave like the society wants them to behave. I tell you that you can't dissociate the police from the society. In other words, what happens in the society, in the police is a reflection of the general society. So when people talk about corruption in the police, are we saying other agencies are not corrupt? They are. But it is because it is the police we see every day. That's why we say that, okay, the police are corrupt.